Do you remember when you were a kid and you were automatically given a girl toy or a boy toy rather than ever getting the option to choose? What about how little girls are given play kitchen and boys are given lawnmowers? Have you ever asked yourself why? Well, gender roles are the reason for this. At a young age, we are taught that there is one definite thing that we should be, often based on your gender. Now, if you're a girl, you must be kind, nurturing, caring, maternal. If you're a boy, you must be strong, broad, a protector. Emotions? Don't be silly. Boys don't have emotions. Take this as an example. In an article written by Claudia Poos, there's an experiment conducted in which, and I quote, "We use a multi-dimensional framework in order to assess the current stereotypes of men and women." Simply put, they first asked men and women to categorize themselves, then they asked the group to categorize each other, and finally they differentiated the degree between the two. The study showed that women tend to categorize themselves in a more stereotypical way, less assertive and less competent in leadership roles, while men, on the other hand, categorize themselves in a less stereotypical way. Now you might be thinking, why does this matter? The fact of the matter is that women perceive themselves in a similar way to the ideology that society has placed on them. This proves that women are brainwashed, if you will, to conform to the limitations that society has placed on them. This includes being fragile or shy. Now, in case my first point didn't quite get you, let me offer you another one. Happy Endings, a short story written by Margaret Atwood, features multiple endings to the same story. Now, each story begins the same. John and Mary meet. But as one reads Margaret Atwood's interpretations of each ending, a common theme arises. Each time, Mary falls to the demise of her male counterpart. Now, whether she kills herself because of him or John murders her, each time John seems to come out victorious. Now, as the reader, you infer that it's a reflection on today's society, in which women are portrayed as weak, the other, or in need of protection. Now, aside from this story, women are constantly faced with the immense pressure to be this ideal person that's completely unrealistic and unattainable. When they don't meet the expectations society has set for them, they are considered socially defiant. Now, women aren't the only ones subject to gender roles. Men are as well. In an article written by Emanuela Grimberg called "This is What Happens When Gender Roles Are Forced on Kids," insight is offered, highlighting multiple stereotypes that children are faced with every day. The stereotype that girls are vulnerable and boys are strong only enforces that women need protection and men need to do the protecting. Same thing with boys are trouble. It only makes men look like a predator and women seem vulnerable and weak. Not to mention that boys are always taught to be strong and that showing any sign of emotion is a form of weakness, when really, everyone needs a good cry now and then. I know I do. To wrap it up, no matter where you're from or who you are, gender norms will always be something that every single person will have to face. It's easy to get rid of them. It's impossible. What you can do, though, is never be afraid to express yourself and challenge whatever gender norms you want, and never judge others for it either. Whether you're an emotional boy or a confrontational girl, that's who you are, so you might as well own it, right?